Poverty remains a problem for Uganda's rural communities due to lack of incentives and access to finance. With a population of over 44 million people, the Finscope Uganda report of 2018 indicates that 46% of the population cannot save money, whereas 47% can only borrow from family and friends.
The majority of our people in Uganda are rural-based, and the biggest challenge is limited access and usage of financial services. According to the Finscope report 2018, 85% of the financially excluded people are in rural areas and 56% are women.
To address this challenge, Government of Uganda signed a bilateral agreement with the Korean Ministry of Interior and Safety to support the establishment of Saemaul Geumgo model in Uganda.
The intention of the Saemaul Geumgo project is to support a village community to establish a viable financial cooperative institution which can provide sound saving services to the members of the community.
In Korean language, Saemaul Geumgo means New Village Bank. This New Village Bank cooperative model is a homegrown solution for promoting financial discipline and access to affordable financial services in rural communities. Since 2017, the Ministry of the Interior and Safety, through the Korean Federation of Community Credit Cooperatives, KFCC, has supported training of Ugandan public officials and village leaders to pioneer the formation of Saemaul Geumgos. So far, 15 Saemaul Geumgos have been established in the districts of Mpigi and Mityana with over 5,000 members, of whom 70% are women. Over 330 million Uganda shillings has been contributed in savings and shares, and over 200 million disbursed in loans. This is Bongole Parish, Saemaul Geumgo, Community Credit Cooperative Society at Kanani Village in Mpigi district. KFCC support has enabled the MG to register over 800 members in a period of 4 months.
Kubanga luli wabaddewo ekizibu ekiriwo nti waliwo okufuna ensimbi ne batandika okuziteeka mu bitagasa. Kati olwaleero bwe bafuna ensimbi ze bajje mu bulimi ze bafunye mu bulunzi basobola okujja ne bazitereka. Era bwe bamala okuzitereka basobola ate okuziggyayo ate ne bazitwala era ne bazikozesa.
Lawrence Banzi is a parish chief of Jalamba Parish, Buama Sub-County, Mpigi district. He is among the 16 pioneers trained as local instructors to support the Saemaul Geumgo model in Uganda.
I'm proud of this model. It started in Jalamba Trading Center, Jalamba LC1, with 30 members. And now it has expanded to other villages. I see poverty being eradicated through this model because it puts emphasis on an individual development.
Jalamba MG Community Cooperative Savings and Credit Society has 426 members and has disbursed 34 million shillings to members in loans. This MG has eased banking services for 5 villages in Jalamba.
We are not having much savings as compared to today. As time goes on, we see saving increasing, implying that people have now known the impact, the implications, and good things about saving.
Due to this tremendous contribution of the MG model to livelihood improvement, Jalamba MG was awarded a permanent certificate of registration by the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. One of the major contributions of the Saemaul Geumgo model is the support to agricultural development and household income enhancement.
Now, the establishment of MGs has enabled the farmers who are involved in agriculture to access credit from these MGs that have been established at the village level and parish levels.
48-year-old Kate Nasuna, resident of Tiribogo village, Muduma sub-county in Mpigi district, is a member and beneficiary of Tiribogo Saemaul Geumgo. Nasuna saves money with Tiribogo Saemaul Geumgo and regularly takes loans to buy inputs for her farming business.
Nze ngendayo ne bampa akasente ne bagamba njagala kino na kino, nze ne ngenda ne nnoonya. Kati ebijimusa byo bye nagula, mpozi nagulayo ebijimusa ebimwe, kati tulina ebijimusa babiyita NPK.
Tiribogo Saemaul Geumgo gives affordable loans, which has enabled Nasuna to buy land and invest in commercial agriculture and poultry farming. Kate Nasuna regularly buys inputs from this Tiribogo Saemaul Geumgo agriculture shop, which was established as a farmer's shop to bring agricultural inputs closer to members.
We have brought agricultural farm inputs because the prices are also fair. Even they don't have cash without them.
Joseph Seguya is a member of Jalamba MG. He is a farmer with a family of 7 living at Lubanga B village, Buama sub-county, Jalamba parish. Through trainings, he has learned to save, borrow and invest.
It's a coffee drying yard. I've put up a big store there where I'm storing my produce.
According to Seguya, a farmer now owns a coffee plantation, piggery, local distillery, rears goats, invests in ginger growing. These have given him a lucrative income to save and reinvest. He generates monthly incomes in millions of shillings. He continues to save through Jalamba MG and plans to borrow, buy more land for commercial agriculture. Moses Wilfred Kidega is the chairperson of Bukoba MG found in Mityana district. He says the MG has been instrumental in boosting agricultural production.
In the agricultural sector, the bank offers loans to farmers. When they acquire that loan, they go and cultivate. That very same money that they borrow also helps them to purchase or to buy fertilizer so as to boost on the fertility of the soil, so that at the end of the season, they get much better yield.
Besides supporting agriculture, the MGs have been instrumental in improving members' welfare through supporting housing, education and health and youth employment. Agnes Nambirige, a 42-year-old mother of 6, before joining the Saemaul Geumgo, she used to live in this old house, but she got a loan from Jalamba MG and constructed a 6-bedroom house.
Nze mwennyini nagendayo nensaba ssente nga omusenyu gubanja, ente z'abakozi zibanja, sementi abanja, nengenda nensaba akakadde.
MGs are also helping government of Uganda to alleviate the escalating youth unemployment. Goreti Namudu, a youth, trained medical personnel and member of Jalamba MG, has been able to start her drug shop with a loan from Jalamba MG.
Byabuuza ekintu najja n'akinona wano. Kati weeyongera okufuna amagoba amangi. Kubanga gy'okoma okubeera ne variety w'ebintu. Gy'okoma okubifunako amagoba agawera.
This MG model remains for the future, to build a generation of young focused people who are job creators. The MG project is supporting establishment of MG Young Savers Clubs in schools to orient young children with a culture of savings, investment and cooperation. Government of Uganda acknowledges the important role played by the Saemaul Geumgo model in Uganda. Mr. Mpigi Robert, the Assistant Commissioner Cooperatives, on behalf of government, appreciates the contribution of KFCC in promoting cooperative development in Uganda.
Working very closely with the KFCC, which is promoting these cooperatives. So this MG model is doing well for us. We are witnessing growth of these savings day by day. Then the performance of the loan, the repayments are good. The share capital is also growing day by day, which is a good indication that the households have also bought into the income generating activities where they are picking some balance to save, subscribe to share capital and service the loans.
The two local governments of Mpigi and Mityana are also grateful to the Korean people for extending support to transform rural livelihoods.
We are seeing also these other traditionally established businesses improving in terms of their revenues they are getting, because the population which they are serving has the financial muscle to demand for the goods and services which these shops are selling. So in all the two ways, we are seeing our incomes as a local government being enhanced.
These farmers didn't have where they could go and borrow money or even access farming inputs. But after someone has saved money, they now have the borrowing capacity to get that money. And consequently, because of this, we have seen an increase in household incomes in the entire region where this project is. This is an output or an outcome of the project.
Successful implementation of the Saemaul Geumgo model in Uganda has been made possible by the support of the Korean Embassy in Uganda.
The financial inclusion has been one of the key issues for sustainable development. Saemaul Geumgo plays an important role in solving such problems while improving access to banking for about 5,000 villagers in Uganda. The Korean Embassy has been providing support for Saemaul Geumgo project.
To ensure that MGs are sustainable, the KFCC plans to support institutional development in form of establishment of a strong umbrella organization for MGs in Uganda and digitization.
So part of our sustainability strategy is to strengthen the systems of these institutions, that they are secure for the savings that members are putting in these institutions, but also that they have a long-term viability to continue offering these services to these communities.
We are
Uganda has over 44 million people. The Finscope Uganda report of 2018 indicates that 46% of the population cannot save money, whereas 47% can only borrow from family and friends. The study also indicates that 85% of the financially excluded people live in rural areas and 56% are women.
We have the biggest majority of our people in the rural communities who are financially excluded, especially in terms of usage and access to quality formal financial services.
Saemaul Geumgo was introduced in Uganda to address the challenge of financial inclusion in rural areas. In Korean language, Saemaul Geumgo means New Village Bank. This New Village Bank cooperative model is a homegrown solution for promoting financial discipline and access to affordable financial services among the rural poor.
Kati kasooli ne zimulya ne zikola ki naggwaawo bwe yaggwaawo era ne nziruka ne ngenda mu banka ne bampa akasente.
Tiribogo Saemaul Geumgo has also financially helped women in the area to own land. In Uganda, women contribute 70 to 80% to agriculture, but own less than 20% of the land. To ensure sustainability of the Saemaul Geumgo, the Korean Federation of Community Credit Cooperatives, KFCC, an apex organization of MG's Saemaul Geumgos in Korea, is providing technical, financial, and operational support to the established Saemaul Geumgos.
The project is building capacity of the leaders to be able to assess these applicants, to look at the enterprises where they want to invest this money in terms of the feasibility and viability of the enterprises. We are also doing training to the members who are borrowing this money. This basically looks at areas of building a savings culture, proper use of loans, planning for old age.
The Saemaul Geumgo model contributes towards Uganda's national strategic plan of promoting financial inclusion in rural communities, increase household incomes, and eradicate
for
poverty.
transport to go where they can get loans. But this project came in, a person can come by foot and processing her loan or his loan.
Within a period of 3 years, we should be able to establish an umbrella organization that brings together the MGs in Uganda, and which institution can also help to ensure sustainability as the support from Korea moves out. This institution is able to take on that responsibility to supervise, to build the capacity of this institution. The MG model will be carried on to so many other districts to be able to replicate it in these communities.
Due to this tremendous contribution to livelihood improvement, Jalamba MG was awarded a permanent certificate of registration by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. The Saemaul Geumgo model contributes towards Uganda's national strategic plan for promoting financial inclusion in rural communities, increase household incomes, and eradicate poverty. Communities with Saemaul Geumgos have experienced local economic transformation as members increasingly engage in production and investment of their savings. This has also enhanced national revenue through taxes contributed by these communities. In line with achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the Korean Embassy supports the Saemaul Geumgo initiative in Uganda. In Mityana district, the project is implemented in the parishes of Chikandwa and Bukoba. A recent study by the government of Uganda shows that Mityana is a leading district in increasing household incomes. Established in late September 2020 with only 60 members is Bukoba Parish MG, serving 8 villages with 500 members. Chikandwa Parish MG Community Credit Cooperative Society. Take 2. Chikandwa Parish MG. Take 3. Chikandwa Parish MG Community Credit Cooperative Society is the second established Saemaul Geumgo in Mityana district in central Uganda. Within a 6-month period, it has 431 members. Before it was opened, the Saemaul Geumgo members lacked access to credit. The MG project, Take 2. The MG project has also initiated Saemaul Geumgo school clubs for learners in primary and secondary schools to ensure that the model becomes a going concern in many years to come as young children are oriented with a culture of savings, investment and cooperation.